Well, that literally was the proverbial game of two halves, wasn't it? Wolves have obviously lost the game 3-1. Very, very harsh, to be honest. Andy, who was on my preview from Man City TV, said it would be a close game and City to win 3-1. And I laughed at the time when I went a close game 3-1, but it kind of was in the end. I mean, let's talk about the first half to start with. I mean, Wolves aren't going to be this team of second halves again, but the first half, City came out like we did against Sheffield United. They hadn't had a pre-season as such. I mean, neither have we really, and they were so on the front foot. We seemed really vulnerable, really shaky. It looked like every time they came forward, they was going to score. But I think the one thing that we need to point out is that Marcel went off after about 6 or 7 minutes in that game, and I think that really unsettled us. Ruben Vinagre came on. He's a great young lad, but he doesn't look vulnerable. He does look vulnerable on that left-hand side. I think he grew into the game a little bit defensively. And I'll come on to him later on about his offensive in the second half. But Marcel's gone on. Does anyone know exactly what's up with him, how bad it is? He's only played like his second game for Wolves and he's gone off. But let's hope it's not too serious. But I think that was... that unsettled us. After that, we were just literally forced back into making mistakes. Sois dived in. I mean, I love Sois, and he did play well again, really, but he's just at that level against that real top player is where he gets caught out, and it was a stupid penalty. The ball was going nowhere, and De Bruyne scored the penalty, hasn't he? And after that, we looked as though City could absolutely tank us. They looked like they were going to score. You know, they were passing through the lines too easily, cutting through us like butter. We couldn't get out, and we were giving the ball away, not in their half or on halfway line. At times it was, you know, very frustrating the last third, and then, you know, eventually the second goal did come, and it was too easy, and we're 2-0 down. Patricio's kept us in the game 2 or 3 times with some fantastic saves, especially at 2-0. Wolves hung into 2-0 at half-time. In the second half, you know, he's kept the same formation. I was calling for a change for 3-5-2, which I was a bit surprised he didn't start 3-5-2 against City as he normally does. It's always worked against them, but obviously Nuno's trying to change the way we play. And, well, we've played so much better, so much so that we've had 4 gilt-head opportunities to score. Pedence chipping over the bar. Another opportunity where he turned and swiveled. Fantastic effort just past the post. And then Raul with a goal that, you know, 6-yard box you would normally put in that's missed. And it's just not happening, is it? And you just think, here we go. And I kept saying all the way through the second, if we get one, it'll be game on. Because at 2-0, it's that kind of key period. We played so much better in the second half. And I think that period really, really shook City. And we built our confidence up, and we were looking so much better. And, you know, Vinagre, the one thing that's frustrated with him going forward, 2, 3, 4 or 5 times he's tried this step over. One of the things they teach you when you're defending is don't watch the feet, watch the ball. And he just lost it every time when he could have tried to put a cross in. It was frustrating. But, you know, Fabio Silva came on, Dendoncker came on. Fabio Silva didn't really have much of an impact other than I don't know whether he distracted them with his floppy hair for the goal. But one of the moment of the match for me, and I was chuckling along and watching that, is Daniel Pedence nutmegging Kevin De Bruyne. Absolute priceless. Oh my God, that puts a smile. I mean, I know he's small enough, he could probably have run under his legs as well, but honestly, and then he puts in a fantastic cross. And it's a great finish in the air from Raul, isn't it? I mean, it's a great finish. After that, you know, you thought it would be possible Wolves could get that equalising goal. It never quite materialised. We never quite got into the positions. A couple of dangerous areas to get the equaliser. I think we can count ourselves unlucky. really with the chances that we had early in the half, we could have scored 3 or 4. It could have been 4-4. And City have managed the game out at the end, and they've scored a deflected goal. Patricio's made a save as well. It's really hard to call the man of the match tonight, to be honest, because the first half was so bad and the second half was so much better. Podence is right up there, but I think I'm going to give it to Patricio just because he's made 2 or 3 fantastic saves to keep us in it. I thought Podence, when he got into the game second half, he's going to be some player for us. Didn't really get a chance to see much of Fabio. I thought Vinagre did well. Traore, when he was getting more up the pitch, second half created so many more opportunities. The one good thing that we've got to look at, Wolves have now got their pre-season out the way. 2 games, Sheffield United, Stoke, and now Man City. I don't know, Bad Marsalis at the back, but we should have Semedo that should sign from Barcelona, and we've got Hoover as well. So that right wing back position, I still think potentially we could do with a left-sided centre back. But hopefully that right wing back position, a week's worth of training, that will be sorted. We can get Traore much further up the pitch, which is where we want him to be. And then we've got options, haven't we? Traore, Neto, Podence, Fabio Silva, Jimenez in the attacking third, Vitina as well from midfield, then Duncan. You know, it starts to look a little bit better. Obviously, the left, when Johnny Otto's back, that will be helpful. But we could be sorting out our right wing-back position problem. And you've got to take the positives from it. The second half installs me with a lot more confidence because of the way we played, and I feel a lot better about that, because after the first half, I was really, really starting to be concerned. Anyway, who was your man of the match? How are you feeling about the game? Leave it in the comments below. And yeah, we've lost the game, but I'm going to take the positives out of it. 3 points from the first 2 matches. I'd have took that at the start, because the way against Blade was never going to be easy. City was always one of those, but you know, we could have ended up with 3 points out of the first 2, and I think the next run of fixtures that we've got are all, you know, if we're performing, we could get good run of points. So that's where it's going to come in. And West Ham away next week. Leave your thoughts below. Until the next one, I'm Dazzling Dave. Always Wolves.